conversations that you've had with the former mayor, he mentions you. You're mentioned in the complaint. Characterize those conversations.
Very professional relationship, and not only the mayor, but my colleagues to the right and the entire city council since I've been governor. We've talked about the airport issue. We've talked about some recent business permitting issues, which are some legislation in Raleigh going on. We've talked about transportation issues. So, you know, I'm going to continue to have that positive dialogue with the representatives, both in county and city government and with our state legislators in this area. So that's exactly what the conversations have been since the day I got sworn in.
Nothing unusual.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And
including for about a 10-minute conversation. My days are confused, I'm sorry. Just recently. Thursday, yeah.
What was that conversation about?
That was about, I think, some of the airport issues, and also business franchise tax issue, which the city has expressed concern to me about some of the legislation on having a consistent business franchise tax equal in all cities as opposed to cities being different. And that was our basic discussion.
In all your years as mayor here, did you ever hear any whispers or concerns about the ethics of Mr. Cannon or what shady dealing?
Let me just say this: Charlotte's reputation has been second to none, and I'm gonna repivot and work with these leaders who I know believe in this city, believe in high ethics, and also are going to move forward and continuing to improve the quality of life of this city, repairing some of the trust that has been impacted at this point in time, and recruiting jobs. And I'm going to do everything I can to work with my partners here to rebuild that trust, because it impacts us all, and frankly it's not fair to so many of the current elected officials and past elected officials who love this city, who have been committed to this city and this state, and I'm not going to let that impact them, who've been doing it the right way for many, many years. And you know, when I was mayor of this city and I worked with Michael and others, you know, one thing we always talked about was ethics and respecting the office in which we hold. And we've got a long lineage of some great leaders in the past, from Brookshire to Belk to Gant to Van Root to Meyer to Harris, and the list goes on, and I was honored to be a part of that list. And we're going to start rebuilding that list and move forward and continue a great reputation that Charlotte deserves, both now and in the future. And I'm going to be a part of working with the leaders to rebuild that trust.
Have you had any phone calls from any business leaders, anyone concerned about this, concerned about Charlotte's reputation, not only around the country and around the globe, because we want to be a global city?
I have not. We can, Sharon Decker and I and your leaders here, we continue to work, and we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this as a state and as a city, because I'm bullish. I'm bullish, and I have a passion for Charlotte, just like the leaders to my right do. And we're going to move forward and not let this tragic situation impact the long-term viability of this great city and this great state.
Are you concerned about any connections within state government?
I'm going to take about 2 more questions, and then, yes, ma'am.
Governor, how do you move forward and start to rebuild when there are still speculation and murmurs that there will be more arrests and that there are more sort of perhaps improper dealings that went on that haven't come to light yet?
You do it. You just, you know, listen, you do it because you have a love and compassion for the city and for the state. And I firmly believe the chairman does and the mayor pro tem does, and I've worked with both of them. And Michael and I are already, Michael and I, by the way, have been talking ever since I was governor. We've had probably 2 or 3.
You let the secret out.
Yeah, sorry, Michael.
Are you endorsing him for mayor?
No, what I'm doing is I'm working with the leadership, and I've been working with the leadership all along. I've met with Michael several times, along with other city council members, since I've been governor, and I've had city council members during my first year and 3 months in office over at my house in Raleigh. And one of the promises I made when I became governor, I was going to establish relationships with the people right here, and I'm going to continue to do that. That's not going to stop whatsoever. And I think the people both here and the rest of the state are going to see that relationship develop and understand that there's no one person bigger than this city. That's for sure.
Governor, in the complaint and conversation conversations recorded there, your name is mentioned. Hannah seems to be touting his ties with you. How did that make you feel?
The wound is still open, and it's too early for me to comment on that. There's a personal wound that's going to take a lot of time to recover with regards to that personal relationship. But my relationship to the city is the relationship that I care about most, and the relationship this city has with the state of North Carolina is what I care about most. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that relationship is strong, and that the people have trust and confidence in the integrity of what I know these people and myself want to do for this city and for this state. And I'm not going to let there's no one person who's bigger than or one incident that's bigger than the longevity of what many, many people before us and in the future will do for our great city and for our great state. So that's why I have an extreme amount of confidence. I thank you all very much. Thank you very much.
Jeff, we're in no rush if you can't tell.
Yeah.
Don't feel any pressure.
Don't go anywhere.
I can't. So we've got you quartered quite liberally. Monday, is that still sort of the day that you guys are thinking as a council to start discussing this? Is there going to be a vote?
What I'm hoping we can do on Monday is lay out a process to begin the interim mayor appointment process.
Do you want to be mayor?
I have no plans of seeking the office. I'm busy enough doing this thing. I have no plans to seek the office.
Mr. Barnes, have you had any contact or communication with Patrick since this happened?
I have not. I did call to leave him a message and left him a message, but I haven't spoken to him.
Do you expect that you all will vote on Monday and we'll have a permanent mayor come Monday night?
I don't know, but I'll say this: I'm hoping we can move forward quickly.
Do you hope it'll be
remove the uncertainty?
Do you hope it'll be the same agreement of not going for re-election, or do you think maybe there could be different rules like the Pats and Kinsey last year?
I would hope that the person would agree not to run.
Anyone in mind? I mean, have you had discussions with council about who's interested? Anyone raise their hand?
People have tossed around ideas about the process and the people, but nothing that's really solidified.
Current council members?
Potentially, but not me.
One more question,
How
guys.
worried are you that others could be implicated here?
As I said yesterday, it's an ongoing investigation. The feds are doing their job, and so you have to let that play out.
What do you say to the public who's very distrustful of local government right now?
What I say to people is, despite what happened yesterday, our city management is extremely competent. The policemen are going to come when you call. The firemen are going to come. All the city services that we provide are going to continue to be provided, and people should expect that their city government will continue to perform. This political stuff, hopefully we can resolve.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.